Anaconda review. I'm gonna do some plate raises. So Anaconda is the new movie starring Minecraft Steve. I'm kidding, that was very disrespectful. Jack Black, Paul Rudd, and co. This is not a serious movie. Did I want this to be the first review of the year? No, not really, but I'm trying to stick to a fast schedule. I'm trying to be consistent for 1 year, and we will see what happens, okay? So if you're a Sex and Gym believer, big up, big hype for 2026, okay? Alas, Anaconda. So this movie is a spiritual successor to the Anaconda movie from 1997, J-Lo Ice Cube, and the movie lets you know that many times. Why? So the movie follows these characters who are 40s, 50s, it's hard to know when it's not explicit, but they're in jobs that they're not really enjoying, or they're in baby versions. So Jack Black and Paul Rudd, they're like the main duo, right? Shock, they're the main duo. But Paul Rudd's character is like a failing actor, and he always wanted to be like a big time actor, and Jack Black's character is now a wedding film director, and his dream was to be an actual director, but he's doing what it was. And like he says, it's like a B+ life, but he doesn't want a B+ life, okay? He wants an A+. He wants a big, rich, good life, yeah? But going on, Paul Rudd's character gets let off another job, and then he sees a poster for Anaconda. We get skip over to Jack Black's character's birthday, and they play a student film they made together when they were kids with all their crew, and they're just all so happy. And then Paul Rudd's character said, "Hey, I got the rights for Anaconda. Let's go to the Amazon, make a sequel. Let's go to the Amazon, make a sequel." And that's what they do. So after a little bit of convincing, they all go to the Amazon to film an Anaconda sequel, which he's written like a little bit of a big brain writer overnight. And then boom, they're in the Amazon, and they meet their snake carrier guy, who's funny. He's a funny guy. I didn't even mention the movie opened with what seemed to be some sort of jungle escape type thing from this girl that we didn't know about again for a while. But that's how the movie opened. So it had you thinking, whoa, what's happening in the Amazon 6-7? I'm sorry, I can't. Bah! Don't click off, please. And then they're all in the Amazon, and they've got this boat tour thing that's going to take them to all the different shooting locations because they're on a very small budget. But this is where the girl from the start opening scene, you can tell she's trying to escape people, and she yoinks their boat. But they're like, oh, they're none the wiser, so they go with her. And then we get time lapse after time lapse showing them filming, blah, 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 etc., etc. And the one other thing is there's this massive anaconda. Who would have thought? Massive anaconda in the movie. Sorry. So there's this looming threat of this massive snake. I'm talking like dinosaur size, all right? This is a dinosaur size snake. I don't really want to talk major spoilers, even though like I don't think anyone really cares about spoilers for this movie. That's not saying it's like not watchable. I'm just saying the comedy doesn't really need it. But the plot thickens when they kind of need a new snake. I'm not going to say why. They need a new snake. So they go out, the snake hunter, gone. And this is kind of where the two paths kind of converge, where the girl's running away, meets with them, and then they realize they still kind of don't know what's happening. They're a bit dumb. They're a bit dumb. And I'm just going to wrap up the rest of the plot real quick. So if you don't want any more, like any actual spoilers, skip like whatever I put on the screen. Skip. And this is where they start falling apart. We find out he doesn't actually have the rights to Anaconda. He just wanted to do this because they all needed this, but obviously pulls the group apart. And this is where all the drama happens. All the militants that we think are militants are coming after them, blah, 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 blah. We realize the girl they're with is actually the bad one. She's been stealing the gold. She's been stealing all the gold. I can't blame her in the economy. Do you guys like this wacky side? Let me know. Paul Rudd's character, who separated from them because, you know, he kind of got blah, 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 comes back, saves the day, but he doesn't actually, he makes it worse for them. But then the snake saves the day, but now they're being chased by the snake and they got to escape the Amazon. Blah, blah, blah. That's the plot. Okay, I'm going to talk about some of the positives. I actually thought it was a pretty funny movie, given how stupid it was. But I'm a big Jack Black fan, okay? Big Jack Black fan. I kind of expected to like it, at least a bit. It's enjoyable. If you have infants, I'm talking small child to adolescent, they're gonna really like this movie. I like this movie due to maybe my brain chemistry, I'm not sure. It's obviously not a piece of cinema. And when I said they met it, like the whole thing is like, they come up with a plot on the go, blah, blah, blah. It's like the writers who are making this movie literally had some sort of obligation to get this film out by this date. So they kind of didn't have a plot and they just made it as they went. And that is the movie. The movie themselves is them making the plot as they go. I don't know how I felt about that. Like, it's a bit on the nose, you know. I want to review more deep and meaningful things, I think, is what I've gathered from this. But that, at the end of the day, I'm just the guy who likes to go to the movies, okay? This is the type of movie you see because there's not a lot of other good things out of the movies, but it's okay. You go and you're like, oh, that was actually okay. Okay. That is my rating for this movie. With that said, this is gonna get a sex engine. Anaconda! Yeah, like 6, but I'm putting this in, there wasn't anything else to watch in the movies at this time, so I watched this category. That's the category. You know, I really don't think you're gonna watch this and then hate yourself. This is, you know, a bit funny, so you may threaten me online if I miss a week of uploads. Every other week, I'm gonna try personally edit every other week. I've been using my editor, but every other week I'm gonna do it just so I get more uploads because I have no money. Okay, thank you everyone. Sax and Jim out.